Okay, so today we're going to be looking at another 10 Wonderkids. We're going to see how their careers have progressed 10 years on. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gavi first. In the last video we looked at Bardghji. We're now going to be taking a look at Gavi instead. He is now 27 years old in this save. He's got 80 caps for the Spanish national team, scoring 10 goals, which is quite decent for a midfielder. He's still only 5'9". But yeah, as you can see, his mentals are really insane actually, like really insane. 16 anticipation, 18 composure, 16 decision making, 16 flair, 16 off the ball, 17 vision, pretty good work rate, pretty good leadership, pretty good determination, pretty good concentration, good bravery, good aggression. He's pretty fast. He's got good natural fitness, very agile, really good balance, really good technique, really good passing, really good first touch, really good at dribbling, really good at crossing as well, and really nice at taking free kicks, decent long shots as well. His value is anywhere between 61 to 183 million. He's on 375k a week. He's deemed an important player as well, and described as a world-class midfielder. His current ability in the game is 169, so he maximises his potential in this save, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, that just makes him like one of the best world midfielders. And it says that he can play as an advanced playmaker, or a deep line playmaker, a Mezzala. But yeah, so he stayed at Barcelona his entire career on this save. Doing very well, averaging like a 7.3 I'd say. There's one season where he got 3 goals, 13 assists, which is very nice. A lot of the time he's getting 6 assists, 8 assists, 7, averaging around like 5 goals a season as well from a midfielder, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, he's just a world-class midfielder clearly. Yeah, as soon as he gets to around like age 20, he's just averaging a 7.3. And he's only 27 in the save, right? He's only just hit his prime, which is nuts. So he's only probably just going to get better and better. But yeah, that's the first person we're going to look at. He's just insane. One of the best midfielders in the world for sure in the save now. Next person we're going to look at is Ligt. He's 32 in this save now. He's on 300k a week. Transfer value anywhere between 63 to 190 million. He can play as a ball playing defender. His physicals are nuts. 17 strength, 6'2", is really nice. Really good jumping reach, really good balance. He's pretty fast as well to back that up. His mentals are really, really nice. 16 anticipation, 17 bravery, really composed, good concentration, good decision making, really good leadership, really good positioning, which is really nice. 15 work rate. And he's got decent vision, so yeah, that's good for a ball playing defender. Really good at tackling, really good technique, really good passer. That's better than like most midfielders. That's really nice. Really good at marking, really good at heading. So yeah, his aerial's like really nice. 6'2", 16 heading, 16 jumping reach, 17 strength. He's not going to get pushed off the ball. 14 first touch and 11 dribbling for a centre back. Right? Yeah, I mean this guy's probably like the best ball playing defender in the world. His current ability in the game is 176. Yeah, he's probably just the best centre back, like one of the best centre backs in the game for sure. Maximises his potential at Bayern Munich. See how he has done. So yeah, goes to Bayern Munich. He's now had like 10 seasons there practically. He's averaging like a 7.3, which is nuts. Yeah, I mean he's just a world-class centre back. One season he got 5 player of the matches from centre back, which is really nice. But yeah, I mean as you can see, he's just averaging like a 7.3 practically across the board. And yeah, he's just a world-class centre back. Probably the best ball playing defender in the world. The next player we're going to look at is Roony Bardghji. In real life, he's at Copenhagen. He plays a right wing, a left wing, a cam, or a striker. But predominantly he's going to be a right wing. I wouldn't play him as a striker as well. He's only 5'8", and he's got a jumping reach of 2. Right, that might be the lowest I've ever seen. That's kind of nuts. But let me turn my music down a little bit. His physicals are really nice. He's pretty fast, really good natural fitness, really good balance, really agile, decent strength. Could be better, but it's kind of fine, especially for somebody that's 5'8" and he's a winger anyway. So 17 vision's really nice, 16 flair's nice, 16 composure, really good anticipation. He's pretty determined, which tends to make your Wonderkids develop faster, or they're more likely to develop really well. Pretty good off the ball movement, really good technique, really nice long shots. That's nice. He's playing as a cam for sure as well. Really good at taking free kicks, nice first touch, really good at dribbling. He's got 45 caps for the Swedish national team, scored 9 goals, transfer value anywhere between 43 to 130 million basically. He's on 64k a week as well. That's pretty nuts. That's quite low. He is a leading Premier League winger. He's definitely world class. For someone that you can pick up, I know for a fact that you can pick him up for like 3 million in the second season. He's just a bargain. Like, I picked him up for like 3.2 million in my second year, sorry. In this save, he ends up going to Sevilla for 9 million, 3 years down the line. Ends up doing pretty decently for them. One season he scores 9 goals, but yeah, he's like a regular starter for Sevilla, which is fine. And he's still very young at this stage. I mean, he's only 26 now in the save, so like, he's still young. He's barely even hit his prime. But yeah, so he moves to Bayern Leverkusen for 36 million in 2028. He then gets 10 goals, 2 assists, 7 goals, 1 assist, 4 goals, 5 assists, and 11 goals, 3 assists. So yeah, as you can see, he's pretty consistent, and seems like he's only just peaked at 26, which is nice. You know, he's still getting better, he's still improving. Average is probably like a 7.1 rating, which is still good. I mean, he's in the first tier of Germany. At 26, he's a full-fledged starter now. Becoming a regular starter for Bayern Leverkusen, which is completely fine. And considering you can get this player for like £3 million, like, he's a complete bargain. The next person we're going to look at is Watford's João Pedro, and he said Newcastle because he's here in the save, but in real life he's at Watford. It says that he can play striker or anywhere across the wings or as a cam, and he's 6 foot, which is nice. His physicals are really nice. He's really fast, really agile, good balance, really good natural fitness, really strong as well. You can definitely play him as a pressing forward. 16 natural fitness, 14 work rate. It's really nice. He's pretty aggressive, good anticipation, really composed, good decision making, really good off the ball movement, really good vision and really good work rate, like I already said. He's good at taking corners, 15 dribbling's really nice. He's good at crossing, really good at shooting, really good first touch, really good free kicks as well, really nice long shots. I mean, he's kind of got everything you want for a player that would be in the final third. He's got pretty decent heading as well. It could definitely be better, but with all of his other attributes, I think his heading only being 10 is completely fine. He's just a very well-rounded player. He's pretty good at passing, pretty good at taking penalties, and yeah, his technique's really nice. He's got 6 caps for the Brazilian national team, scoring 3 goals. But I mean, it's no shame to not be in the Brazilian team that often. It's Brazil, most successful nation of all time. He's on 175k a week at Newcastle. Transfer value anywhere between 52 and 155 million pounds. His current ability in the save is 160. He didn't fully max out his ability, but I mean, he's still a world-class player, like very world-class. He's a quality player, so it's pretty fine. So yeah, he ends up going to Brighton for 57 million, and he does okay there. He scores 8 goals in 20 games in the Championship, does 7 goals, 5 assists in the Prem the next season. Ends up getting himself a £28 million move to Southampton, stays there for 4 seasons, gets 13 goals, 3 assists, 11 goals, 6 assists, 8 goals, 1. Then goes into the Championship with him before getting bought by Newcastle. I mean, he's a pretty consistent player, getting you like 10 goals, 4 assists a season practically. Then goes to Newcastle for 73 million, like I said, and averages like a 7.2 rating for them. getting 9 goals, 5 assists, 8 goals, 4 assists, and 9 goals, 2 assists. Getting a decent amount of player of the matches as well. I mean, clearly he's a quality player, he's a world-class striker. And earlier in the save, I think you could probably get him for around 20 million, I do believe. At least that's when I've looked at myself. I'm trying to buy him. I think it was about 20 to 50 million within the first 2 seasons. After that, I don't really know. It might just skyrocket, but I'm pretty sure, you know, if you're a big club, you can definitely afford this player, and he's definitely somebody that you should all take a look at for sure, because he develops into like one of the best strikers in the world. So the next player we're going to look at is Goncalo Inacio. He's now 30 years old in the save. He's got 39 caps for the Portuguese national team. He's on 110k a week at PSG, with his transfer value being 54 to 161 million pounds. His physicals are really nice. He's pretty fast, pretty good balance, really good jumping reach, really good fitness, and yeah, really fast, really strong. 6'2" as well, which is nice, especially for a centre back. Really good anticipation, really composed, good concentration, good decision making, good leadership, really good positioning, really good vision, which is really nice for a centre back, so he can play as a ball playing defender for sure. Really good technique, really good tackling, really good passing, really good marking, really good heading, really good first touch, and good at crossing, good at dribbling. See what his current ability is in this save. So yeah, his current ability is 156, which makes him like a leading Premier League centre back for sure. He's definitely like world class. He can play for most teams in the world. In my save, he ends up staying at Sporting Lisbon for like 7 years. That's nuts. That's kind of insane. He's only been bought by PSG in 2029 for £43 million. So I'm pretty sure whenever I've looked at this guy, like in other saves, he goes to a different club after like 2-3 seasons, like straight away. In the first season, I think you have to pay like anywhere between 20 to 30 million for him. So the fact that in this save, 7 years on, he goes to 42 million is kind of nuts to me. But yeah, you can see that as soon as he goes to PSG, he's averaging like a 7.2 rating, being like a pretty regular starter for them. It's not bad making that many appearances. But whilst he was in Portugal, he's doing very well, clearly. But I mean, he's just a world-class centre-back that you can pick up for around 20 to 30 million straight away, and becomes one of the best centre-backs in the save for sure. I'm very surprised that in the save he wasn't picked up by different teams earlier on. But that's not to say that he's not a brilliant defender. It's just nobody took a look at him, I guess. The next player we're going to look at is Adam Asnu. He is 25 years old in this save. Got 8 caps for the Spanish national team. On 210k a week at Dortmund, which is kind of nuts for Dortmund, I think. But his transfer value is anywhere between 40 to 120 million. His physicals are nuts. He's really fast, really agile. Got good balance to back that up. He's 6 foot for a left back. That's kind of nuts. 17 pace, pretty good natural fitness, pretty good stamina, pretty strong as well. His mentals are really nice. 15 anticipation, 14 concentration, 16 flair, really good off the ball movement, really good vision as well, which is nice. Really good crosser of the ball, really good at dribbling, really good first touch, good long throws, good marking, good passing, good tackling, good technique. And like I said, this is 10 years into the future, so he's 15 at the start of the save. His current ability is now 158, which makes him a world-class left back. Even says he can play left wing if you want him to. You can play him left wing back. At the start of the save, he's at Bayern Munich. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to pick him up for, but I don't think it'll be that expensive, considering he's only 15, right? But he ends up going to Freiburg for 7.5 million in 2026. Averages like a 7.1 rating for them, and he's still extremely young at that stage, right? Like he's only 25 now? Yeah, 25. Like he's probably 20. He got bought at like 19 or 20 for 7 million. Ended up getting a £25 million move to Dortmund, and he's been there for 5 seasons now, being like a pretty consistent starter for them. One season he got a he averaged a 7.5 rating practically, getting 6 goals and 6 assists from left back, which is really nice. And he was only like 24 when that happened. So yeah, you can see he's only going to get better. And yeah, I mean, he's just a world-class left back, even at 25, that you can probably pick up for really cheap. I mean, like 4 years down the line, he ended up getting bought for 7.5 million, right? So like in the first 2 seasons, he can probably be bought for much less, I would assume. The next player we're going to look at is Facundo. I don't even know how we're going to pronounce this one, but yeah, Facundo Buonanotte is how I'm going to pronounce that. I probably butchered that, but yeah, the 27-year-old Argentinian can play right wing, right midfield. It says that you can also play as a cam, a left wing, or a centre midfielder, but primarily it says he's a right winger. He's made 7 caps for the Argentinian national team. He is deemed an important player on 180k a week at Wolves, with his transfer value being anywhere between 39 to 116 million pounds. His physicals are nice, he's pretty fast, really agile, really good balance, really good natural fitness, pretty strong for a winger, really good stamina. He's got 16 composure, 15 flair, really good decision making, really good vision, which is nice. Just really good cross of the ball, really good at dribbling, really good first touch, really nice long shots, which is always nice. 11 long throws, which is something I've been seeing a lot recently, I don't know why, but the long throws are pretty decent. His passing's good, penalty taking's decent, and his technique's also good. But yeah, he is rated a 149 out of 150, which makes him a leading Premier League player pretty much. And I mean, he's just a quality player. You play him as an inverted winger because he's left-footed on the right wing. So yeah, inverted winger or inside forward. So we'd probably play him. It says that he starts the game off at Brighton, unless maybe they bought him in the save. I don't know if he's actually at Brighton in real life. But anyway, they have him for 5.5 million. Didn't really get a chance at Brighton that much, then got bought by Middlesbrough for 20 million. It's a bit mad. I've seen Middlesbrough buy a couple players, like I think it's like Charlie Patino or someone else that was in this list. Like, where's Middlesbrough getting this money from? But yeah, so 20 million. He gets 11 goals, 11 assists in the Championship, with an average rating of 7.5, getting 10 player of the matches. Okay, yeah, so he just lit up the Championship. Earned himself a £26 million move to Wolves, where he got 5 goals, 2 assists, averaging a 7.15 rating. After that, he dipped a little bit, but I mean, he's still extremely young. In this save now, he's 27, so he was probably like 19 there. But yeah, 19, 20 there. Yeah, so after that, he's just been a consistent starter for Wolves, practically week in, week out. And I mean, the last 3 seasons, he's given them 7.3 ratings practically. And yeah, I mean, he's like a leading Premier League player that's on the right wing that I think you can probably get for a reasonable price at the start of the save. Especially if you're a larger club and you don't have to worry about money. This is definitely somebody that I'd take a look at. Somebody for the future for sure. Might take some time to develop him, but once he's developed, he is just a leading Premier League player for sure. The next player we're going to look at is Norway's Tobias Gulliksen. He's made 45 international appearances for Norway now. He's on 115k a week at Aston Villa. On 42, well, his transfer value is anywhere between 42 to 126 million pounds. He's pretty fast, pretty agile, pretty good balance, decent strength for a winger. He's only got a jumping reach of 6, which is quite funny. But he's got good anticipation, good composure. He's really determined, which helps him develop. Really good off the ball movement, really good vision, pretty good work rate as well. Pretty good technique, pretty good passing, pretty decent tackling for a winger, that's pretty nice. You could even play him as like a wing back, honestly, with 11 tackling. Really good at long shots, really good free kicks, really good first touch, really good at dribbling, really good at taking corners, and pretty good at crossing. You could, yeah, like I said, you could honestly maybe even play this guy or develop him to be a wing back as well if you wanted, because 11 tackling is pretty nice. He's a leading Premier League player, or like a regular starter for a Premier League team. And this is someone I know for a fact that you can get for very cheap early in the game. Like for instance, in this game, he starts off in the Norwegian Premier Division, gets bought in one season in by Roma for £3.3 million. That's what I mean. Like you can get this guy for extremely cheap, and he becomes a leading Premier League player. That like one day, if your team gets to a stage where it's in the Champions League, sure, this guy could be a backup, and he'd be completely fine as a backup. But for £3.3 million, this guy's a complete bargain. So yeah, he goes to Rome, like I said, didn't really get given a chance. Does quite decent in one season where he gets 7 games, gets average rating of 7.2. He then earns himself a £4.2 million move to Olympiacos, which is like still really cheap, like 4 years into the save. Does really well in Greece actually. He gets like an average of like 7.15 rating probably. Picking up an okay amount of goals and a decent amount of assists in the season. He gets himself a £13 million move to Aston Villa in the Premier Division. Averages like a 7 rating, becoming a regular starter for Aston Villa. But yeah, like I said, you can get this guy for extremely cheap, really early on in the save, and long term he might not be the guy that you want if you're trying to win the league, if you're trying to get into the Champions League, if you're trying to win the Champions League. But as a backup player, like this guy is completely fine, and yeah, like I said, extremely cheap, so like it's completely worth it. Even if you're a championship team, or if you're a team towards the bottom of the league, or a team in Germany towards the bottom of the league, or that kind of thing, like he'd be a completely fine player for you. The next player we're going to look at is Emre Tezgul. I've actually bought this guy in a couple of my saves. I bought him in my Wolf save that I've currently got a series on. Although he's still only like 16, like we're still in the first season of that, but I've given him some minutes in that save, and yeah, he is one of this year's probably best Wonderkids for the future for sure. Like right now he's not, because he's only 16 in the save, but his potential is extremely high. And what I've seen of people say about him in the future, he develops into an absolute monster pretty much. But yeah, I mean, he's only 26 years old, 10 years into the save. He's made 37 caps for the English national team, scored 19 goals. He's got like 1 in 2 in international football, which is nuts. He's pretty fast, really agile, 6 foot, which is pretty decent. Good natural fitness, good jumping reach. Yeah, really fast and pretty strong. He's got really good anticipation. He's really composed. He's got good determination, which helps him develop. Really good off the ball movement. Really good vision. Really good work rate. Decent teamwork. Pretty good at dribbling. Extremely good at finishing, which is nice. Obviously for your strikers, for sure. It's probably the highest I've seen in today's video. He's got 15 first touch. Pretty good at heading. Really nice at taking long shots, pretty decent at passing, really good at taking penalties. He's just like a standard number 9, or like what you want from your number 9. 16 technique as well. He is valued at £41 million, but that's because he's transfer listed, so this would probably be higher if it wasn't for that. But he's on 145k a week at Man City. I mean, he's at Man City, right, so kind of says all you need to know about him. His current ability is 163, didn't fully maximise his potential, but I mean he's still like a completely world-class striker, even at 26, so he's still not into his prime yet, but he just develops into a monster. He starts to save off at Stoke, and I think you can get this guy for like pretty cheap early on. I can't remember what I bought him for in my Fiorentina save and my Wolf save as well, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 7 million, I think, but for a player that becomes insane, like I think it's completely fine to do that. But yeah, so 4 years into the save, he got a move to Leicester for 16 million, where he ended up scoring 14 goals in a season, 15 in the next season, and doing quite well for them, before earning himself a £100 million move to Man City, where he never really got given a chance, but like he's gone to Man City for 100 million. So clearly he's a world-class striker. and he's averaging like a 7 rating for them, but he just never got given a chance at Man City, hence why they've put him up on the transfer list for £1 million, and he's still only 26, so he's not even in his prime yet. But yeah, he becomes a world-class striker that I'm pretty sure early on in the save you can get him for a reasonable price. So if you are a club with spare money, a lot of money, and you're not really bothered about it, and you're looking just to fill the squad up, or just you're playing for the long term, like I do in a lot of my saves, where I just buy Wonderkids that aren't yet the finished articles, still have a long way to go, but as a lower level team it's really good to build these players, because you can get them for 7 million and you can end up selling them for 100 million, right, which makes your club rich. So yeah, 6 foot as well. He's just a world class striker that you should probably pick up early in your save. He's one of the best strikers in this game at one stage. You then have Martin Fernandez. I bought this guy in my wall save as well. He doesn't play for me yet because he's 16 in the save, but I have him as a backup. I think I bought him for like 1 million, 2 million, like nothing. For a player that becomes like this, like everybody should do that. In this save is Atletico Madrid, valued at 39 to 118 million pounds on 89k a week, and he's made 3 appearances for the Portuguese national team. Played right back or right wing back. His physical is extremely nice. He's pretty fast, pretty agile, really good balance, pretty good stamina. His mentals are nice as well. He's got 14 anticipation, 16 concentration, really good defensive position, which is really nice. Pretty good work rate as well. He's got good technique, really good long throws, which is such a random stat. Really nice marking, really good passing, really good first touch, really good at crossing, really good at dribbling, which you want from your wing backs or fullbacks. He's 6 foot as well from a fullback, which is nice, and he has good jumping reach, good decent heading as well. He has reached a leading Premier League current ability, so this guy would be completely fine. And like I said, you can pick this guy up for like nothing at the start of the save. 4 years in, he gets bought for 15 million by Freiburg, which is a 7.16 rating for them for getting a move to Atletico Madrid. But like I said, I bought this guy in the first season when he's in Porto's B team for like 2 million, I'm pretty sure, like 2.6 million I think. You get this guy for extremely cheap for someone that ends up being at Atletico Madrid, you know, like he's a top 3 team in Spain, and you can get him for 3 million in the first year. So yeah, he earns himself an £18.5 million move to Atletico Madrid, where he ends up getting a 7.3 rating in his first season when he's still probably like 21. Yeah, I mean, he just does extremely well for them. He's a regular starter for them. Another season he averages a 7.5 rating across 34 games. That kind of says everything you need to know. At the next season he averages a 7.3 rating, getting 31 appearances, and then for some reason make him a squad player, which is just, I don't really understand how you can do that to someone who averages like a 7.5 and 7.4 rating across 2 seasons. I mean, clearly he's a world class right back. He's at Atletico Madrid. You can pick him up in the first season for around £3 million, I'm pretty sure, at least that's what I did. But yeah, he's a world class right back. That is, I believe, the 10 players we are looking at in today's video. It is. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. If there's any Wonderkids you want me to look at in future videos, because I'm going to keep on doing these kind of videos, because I enjoy it. Take a look at the Wonderkids, see how they've developed. Then let me know in the comments, yeah, if there is anybody you want me to take a look at. But thank you for watching. Like I said, if you did enjoy the video, then like and subscribe. Thank you very much.